Welcome everyone, finally we're online. As you know, the first time sometimes Twitch doesn't want to connect with my restreaming server. So overnight I built thousands of packages so you don't have to. So let's sort some thousands of cache files. How much fun could that be? And then do some other surrounding things. Welcome everyone. Fans on Twitch and YouTube. Let's see, is this here? That should be live. So, let's get stuff done. Without a headset. Oh, because it's without a headphone because it's so many commits. Yes. We are approaching 6,666 commits. I kid you, that's only me, like plus data and others. So obviously some 10,000 commits a year. But yeah, just some more days and we are at 6,666. So builds. Also, I built so much that I, of course, ruined my VM. Now somehow the file system is so full that it's, yeah, how much was it even? Like pro tip maybe 32 gigs or whatever, not enough. Or wait, oh no, 78. 78, yeah, somehow better. If it's sometimes strange because now like the cleanup here of this is super slow. It's like, okay, let's not bother with such details. Let's in place remove git. So git delete in all cache files. Here. Why is this so super crazy? Is something filling here the heart? I mean, that should only be like inode things. Like I really hate this from BetterFS. Like it's probably also why deleting is so extremely slow, but that's a little bit, that sucks a little bit now. How do we recover from this nonsense? Raleigh had that problem. The thing is, before the live stream, I didn't expect to have such issue now. What stupid problems to... Oh, this is also silly. Better as requires dynamic allocates init as needed from the available metadata pool. Replace with you for more details. Troubleshooting. This is so silly. Better if it could be so good and. What a stupid problem to have, you all. I'm not a fan. The problem is that deleting is super slow now. Yeah, I knew, like that's one colorless demask. Who needs color? Color is for, that's a gaming channel here. Yeah, deleting this here slower than that's like really strange. Like this. I mean, what I could do is I could copy this diff here of 1,000 cache files. Almost fast to start again after saving any. Thank you for the hype. Thank you for the super things. Appreciate them, all of you. Beats by Synthify. Let me just, where was this? Here was this. Let's just set here all the colors. 3 hours goal of T2 Linux. Arrow is easier since highlighted in red. Oof. This is super silly. I've seldom seen such. I knew BetterFS sucks when it's full, but it's also not that full. I also don't understand why deleting crap here. It's like the most stupid problem. I don't know what storage engineers are thinking. Yeah, I think I will just. What precisely is here even full? Data, single, total used. System. Metadata. Look, metadata is fully used. Can't make this shit up. Single, things, global reserve. Like, how the fuck is metadata full? It's no space. Clear out metadata heavy, delete old snapshot. Does something auto, like maybe BetterFS auto snapshots? No. Package manager here, thank you very much. Balance start. Look, data chunks mostly empty and merge them. No space left, thank you very much. If balance fails, temporary add the loop device, you can trick by giving a tiny amount of temporary working memory using a file of RAM disk. Can't mix this shit up. It is ridiculous. What should I say? Linux Foundation Engineering at its finest. What happened BetterFS metadata is full for whatever reason. Like that happens when you build all the packages overnight. I only wanted to commit this, but maybe the emergency recovers it here. Look, delete. 26192 to the end. No. That probably should work, right? The only question is like this. Is there actually a resize in this thing? Resize is E. Maybe I should sometimes use this. Metadata still not bloody. Cannot mix this stupid shit up. Did this not like resize? Resize. From 74. I think it didn't resize for reasons. Maybe because the partition is active. Yep, currently can't create new files. Again, I could give this up. I mostly do this here for learning now. Resume this will not nicely boot, or maybe even better if S will whine about maybe it will whine about swap. Maybe it will wait 30 seconds for swap that will not be there because if disk set I need to reboot, yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah, this is old. Like I'm like often this works these days. Oh, because swap was still active. I think if I would have taken shit. I think these days, so 20 years ago, it would have never worked without reboot. Like these days, I'm used that this stuff works without reboot. The only reason it didn't work without reboot is probably because the swap was active. With swap not active, it probably would have worked without reboot. What was the syntax, df? Not the super greatest fan of this. Metadata, but still not. How did the metadata get full? What stuff? Like maybe some shit, like maybe some systemd shit did something to in the background. This never happened before I used systemd. Like in 10 years, I didn't have that stupid problem. Don't see something there instantly though. Doesn't delete any fast. Oh, it deletes faster. No, it deletes faster. I mean, this is super dangerous, right? Like never, like if this fails and you reboot, you don't have a file system anymore. Like it's literally safer to use a USB drive or thumb drive or whatnot. Like everything is safer than that crap here. I mean, this I would only do like if I don't value my data and feel lucky and great to be here. That is amazing. So sitting in the sun, garden, watching. That is amazing. Happy to hear that. So we all learned something, including that this stuff is silly. Yeah, so don't. Then had to relocate. Now it's significantly less used. Okay, YOLO. Amazing. The good thing is, theoretically, we could even build more crap. Okay, but first we wanted SED in place. Okay, this didn't save. So all we wanted initially was in place, substitute all the git things away. Is there anything else that we usually SED away? I mean, the only other thing would be CF and IMake or so. Because this probably deletes a couple of valid ones. Let's revert like potentially maybe, although X11 perf is funny. Because it gets there. That's sus. But otherwise, let's grab for only one change and revert those. Field, so space delimited field 2. So everything where we just removed git. We still have removed git, so the point of this is to still remove git from all those things here. And let's do the same with SED with CF. That is some old IMake stuff. Although, okay, that's, I mean, maybe some old crap really needs it. And what was the other IMake, right? Is it IMake or X something? Yeah, IMake. Okay, amazing. That removes CF and IMake from those new things. I'm somewhat tempted to remove git from this, just because it's probably not. So this leaves us with, also we can SED one more thing, which is sometimes glibc 32 gets in there. I know this already from experience, we should theoretically debug that. So what this gives us is, over the night I rebuilt most caches that cache our dependencies, because I felt like it, also because I wanted to see how much random crap builds. Here is, this here is empty for some reason, maybe because out of disk space we need to be a little bit careful, like maybe the loop. So what I always do, like I do not blindly commit this. There's one more completely empty file. Not really, we need to, yeah, I have no idea, like we are probably out of disk space, as you've seen this. Everything else doesn't make sense. What this gives us is, like, we fine-tuned our dependency tracking the last 12 months. And historically, we didn't cache what it needs to build, what it just used during configure. And now we need this for ultra parallel building. It's also crazy. Most of this stuff I built in 2 hours. I was like on the couch and stuff, and it's like family went to bed. It's like, you know what? By the way, how much stuff builds, right? Like stuff like, oh, here 1 year later, like stuff like Linux distribution people do at night. It's like, by the way, how much of this stuff? And this is probably the switch from Make to Mesa Ninja. There is still small polishing. So the last years, what I did often do is optional dependencies, but for like 1,000 files, I kid you not. So these are 1,000 files, hopefully better cache dependencies. Oh, I'm on 1,049. We will still scroll that. That will take a while now. Distro devs do at night, yes. Why did the meta space full first place? Isn't supposed to. I have no idea what it. I maybe it doesn't expand. I have no idea how it get full. I've no idea. Modern shit doing modern stuff. We will learn the hard lesson when we soon write our own file system, and with our own I mean we most probably just implement X2 and rather 3 or XFS or JFS. We will obviously not invent some shit from scratch, because if we implement other people's stuff, we have the benefit, like for a microkernel. I mean, theoretically, we could even take their source code, but at times it's a little bit hard to read. We will see. I mean, Maeve, yeah, it's difficult. We should implement one halfway decent file system from scratch, so to learn something. But yeah, we will learn the hard way how hard it is. So this is a little bit overdue, although the last year we made quite some effort, and welcome everyone. We made quite an effort to update and commit this, so we automated this better and improved this. But if you see, not everything like gets updated. So that's a huge improvement for really parallel things, like, you know, unfortunately some random shit here that is This can only be out of file system space. Sometimes once a year I make such an effort to check. Also, like, theoretically other distributions also rebuild everything. Like, before you ask, like, why do I do this time wasting stuff? I mean, other distributions rebuild everything before release, and that's why they, what I said, sure, other distributions, they rebuild a little bit more because they ship those binary packages, right? And then obviously you need to build everything what you can rebuild. I mean, these empty cache files here are super annoying. Yeah, what bad luck to run into this, but it is what it is. So what this improves is basically storing that 1 year later the stuff still builds, like with GCC and stuff. Also some stuff you clearly changed, whether that's for good or the ugly. Yeah, they waste their time, I kid you not, they waste their time changing view res and stuff to Meson and Ninja. Yeah, that's super. Oh, 3%. So usually I scroll relatively, like, if this is super annoying, man. Maybe we did this even and I had started from did I just do that already? And I started from scratch again. Imagine other distributions you would need to manually manage all the dependencies. Shit, here, this is, that's super unfortunate now. I think we could actually auto detect those. Let me auto detect those. Let me word count L 4 lines, and if we can like, oh, look at this, then we can just grab 4 lines. Oh man, my nose. Here, look at those. And then, like, we even can just throw this all in revert, because it will revert. It will ignore the skip. Yes, skip 4. Yes, I've seen this. Look. Even better would even be to force rebuild this 4, but we could do this later. A little bit light review. I mean, here is maybe 101. I even wait, minus. Actually, this I think. Wait, what? So it's not this. Maybe this was manually marked optional. Yeah, sometimes people had. But there is Jack 2. Sometimes people edited the cache file historically. As it's in there, I guess it was used. Maybe it has support for both. I don't really want to mark up optional dependencies. If we want to mark more optional dependencies, that's for a later date. Also, let me just, because then Control G works to see the percentage. That only works if you just once have been at the end. So I will not review this here for 1 hour. I mean, libb as to be. Certainly lots of optional dependencies. If you want to mark them, be my guest. Patch welcome. Like here, audio color, Qt5, apparently. If you see anything that stands out, yeah, 3%, thank you very much. I mean, kinda we could train an LLM. Here's this audio SOF. This probably is sus. Actually, we could rewrite, delete this. This cannot be true. Oops. The next thing is determining why it was in there. What are all those React developers here? There's a React developer. Okay, we have been at 5%. For example, here's this mixed stuff. Yeah, also one thing why I did this, because yesterday or some days ago a viewer noticed the bug that glib was up, maybe Andre. And yeah, here for example, like this is probably all option dependency. Well, this here is not really much programming. This is just metadata. Like this is just surrounding work here. For example, that's probably OpenAL. That's if someone sees here something like this could be marked optional. But this is also like work, right? Like being a programmer is not always working with code. Often it's also working with data. There's even data engineers and things. Here, Spendy's P, there is some new FFTW. But basically, I will not go, like I don't have the time now to go mark all of those optional. That's basically, I leave this for me for the next time. As long as the stuff makes mostly sense. There's some global lemma. Also, like the one thing we need to look out for is that some packages add everything. That's always the worst case. And if you install something, then you get all dependencies pulled in. So far, basically, that is just like oh, here, this is even 3 years later, or 2.5 years later, adapting to new realities. Yeah, I thought we gradually get most of those, but as you see, stuff is not updated that often to get that here, as you see. So where are we? Over 13. Holy shit. In the past, I reviewed this more. Now we fixed our dependency stuff more. Okay, there is some crazy amount of C things 3 years later. A lot of this stuff is also very rare stuff. Like made valence session out of confi. Like that's probably for whatever reason then. I mean, maybe this is the case, I don't know, but it's also sus, so. Here's, for example, CPP test. There were not even like, maybe this was only cross-build. Look, there is a whole dependencies were missing for some reason. This is often cross-build because cross-build, maybe this was a cache file from cross-build. Because cross-build doesn't track because the cross-compiler doesn't map to any package. This is why all the toolchain things are not in there from cross-build. Oops. Yeah, the CVS here is slightly sus, but maybe we edited. I mean, not that someone uses this, but I mean, maybe it did use as libet from E2FS procs, which we also need to get out of there. Yeah, that's the crazy stuff. 25 years later, also like previously I had mass removed Thython. Now we get some Thython back. That's okay. If this ever is not correct, then patch welcome. 17%, holy shit. And AI will not take this from you. Like AI will do random bullshit similar to even ChatGPT. Like, and that's the thing. I understand other code things better for code. Are you Honolulu citizen? I wish. Why are you asking? What questions, man? And what I wanted to say. I wanted to say something. So many years maintained, and all right, 20 years later, and what did I just say? We need to improve something. That's just also crazy reality. Like so many years later, and there are still so many things to improve. This here is a little bit sus that there is no boost inside, but I'm not babysitting every package. This is mostly amazing, and many are a little bit overdue to update, like 3 years later. That is why I did this. And as I said initially, I wanted to test like a little bit like that v-release. I wanted to test for you playing along at home. Nothing like v-release. Like here, this build time probably wasn't the most calibrated even. libgdi plus potentially. It's basically a service for all of you playing along at home. So making sure with GCC 16 and stuff, because new people even file random GitHub issues of stuff doesn't build. And I was like, I think you're an American. I'm not, but thank you for the compliment. I appreciate this for all the people telling me for all the YouTube comments telling me my English is too shit. I should probably my TH and stuff, and I should learn proper English. But it's like, thank you for this compliment. Turns out someone mistakens me. Okay, where are we? 23 bloody %. I always hope, it's crazy how long we refine the cache files here. As you see, it's highly automated, but sure, we recently added, here's, by the way, maybe that's stockbook optional. But yeah, we recently re-added the build things for parallel. That is why this is slightly more, like without allowing his Rust CSS Node.js. I don't know, maybe Node now reads Rust and cargo. That is a possibility. Wait, somehow this is, or maybe it's correct. I don't know. It's not empty, but also not that full. Dash thing. Somehow that's a little bit sus. Don't need to commit source things. Bastronic, yes, welcome. What was that? Is it what a stuff here of somehow a little bit sussly empty? Not really sure why. Maybe it's correct. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. PDD. Oh, this is pretty relatively odd. Again, if there are minor things, we will find. So basically, we will automatically further refine this with updates. So it's basically just we don't commit complete garbage here. So far, it mostly looks good. What is it here? VC tool was previously pretty empty for reasons. Python things. Is mono even? This is Sapien. Wait, which one was it? Sapien bindings. Maybe this mono is probably optional. Oh, a couple of things really added. Mono. Oh yeah, there is some mono. Yeah, we better do that. Like nothing like you just want some bindings and get mono. That sucks a little bit. There more. What is that? GDAL. Is that a real thing? Yeah, C# mono. LM. Sorry for my nose. It is what it is. Okay, that we have done. Libkaka, of course. I mean, that's some nice finds. And again, if we want to be a serious choice here for the open source ecosystem, the things needs to be top notch. So don't delay. Try this at home. Don't delay. Try this at home. Keep alive day mono. Seriously. Is this real or is it keep? No, whatever. Or was it good in there? I don't know. Appreciate this. So do I? No. So where were we? Somewhere at 30. The crazy thing is this will subversion commit forever for all the 1008 likes. That is WebDAV protocol for locking 1000 files for WebDAV transaction. That will take a while. I think here probably somewhere I was. Node.js, Swig. Oof, seriously? Gotta be kidding me. Oof. Things we find here, I tell you. Holy fuck. Everything we find. I wonder how many distributions really get this right. What was it? Oops, Node. Because who finds all this stuff manually, right? Like just like manually reviewing automated detection here is already exhausting enough. Clip used to be compiled, it's probably an optional dependency, but it's probably one of those. Maybe optional. Oh man. I mean, hey, I'm 98% recovered, so it's what was it? That is asynchronous IO, of course. I should clean my nose. Oh, what a good idea. Man. Thank you. It's again, I 98% survived this totally unbearable man flu. So, oh, here we have been here actually previously 29%. Oh man. Yeah, it's like, for example, here for this kind of things, I was also here because, again, we accidentally marked source glib optional. That was a little bit silly. Not super most important, but just cleaning this here up. And that is why I thought I'd just here. Lestiff is a little bit sus. Xemacs, nah. It's probably not really correct, but it did build. Wow, it did build. I mean, this Lestiff is sus. This is at most an optional dependency. Robin map, maybe. If you appreciate this effort to make sure those things compile for you at home, also like basically this stuff. I mean, your makeup is libvirt makeup. Nah, I don't know. T2 replaced Debian already 30 years ago. Like the last time I used Debian was like 1996. You all. I've not touched Debian ever since. I also don't have any wish to do so. Why would I? T2 does everything better. And then some. Means this makeup things are a little bit sus. Maybe we should check if that is really true and libspice even. That debug. Oh, MIME types. Oh, holy shit, this is stupid. That's something sus. I hope soon we get into his also like libmate Wayland session. Pretty sure how that really came in there. I hope soon we get into a state where we can finally tackle the last random things here. Yeah, I think this is just some libet. We need to probably split that out. And maybe did we have a to-do for that already? Libspectre is probably a little bit sus. And if this there is... Did you try to replace Debian? Are you kidding with your Debian question? Or... Oh, here, look at this. For some reason there was like... Maybe this included GNOME prefix. Okay, let's stop discussing every single thing here. Yeah, look here. This is probably all GNOME prefix for AbiWord. Funny that AbiWord didn't... Ah, no, that got a real dependency here, yeah. I'm pretty satisfied with this work. That was well of only 33%. Holy shit. I ever said Debian? Replace Debian? I really said not yet. Okay, maybe I meant for normal people. GDM here is a lot of random stuff going. That's probably good. Okay, if I ever said this, I don't really quite remember specifically Debian. I think I never said this for Debian, did I? Maybe I said this for like Mate or CachyOS or Debian, like Ubuntu. But in any case, we are getting there that everyone can just use it. Oh, here, look at that. 16 years later, Gnocchi build. At least I think it built, probably built. Yay. That's what we are here for. Yeah, if you do not like if you find this boring, sorry to live stream this, if you find this boring, then don't better get into any information technology job. Where are you from? I'm from T2 Linux. I'm from Team T2. I'm from T2. And you? Oh, 40%, holy chipmunks. But yeah, really, really nice where we, like, coming from complete garbage dependencies to really nicely sorted dependencies. Dude, that's a decade overdue. You're so late with this, man. Why did I... Can we time travel and tell my past self to, like, bloody do this in 2005? In my opinion, by the way, the build times are all a little bit skewed shit, but It is what it is now because my load was 200 something, so... Okay, also build times are now probably a little bit off, but that's the least of my concerns. And then your country. I'm from this planet Earth, and you? Which country are you from? Okay, I just probably deleted this made Wayland session for whatever reason that was in there. I think I deleted this after I run this div. Totem. Why is this so much random junk? Handy and stuff. You know what, this totem, if that's not correct, then perhaps. I always wonder why is where I'm from so important. It's about the content, not where I'm from. DXC, is this probably like this setlib ng is probably probably randomly for installing that. I thought we are here for the tech and not for geography lessons. Oh, here that was pretty empty. Okay, very 50%. Oh, not even. From India. Oh, then greetings to India. Oh, the beautiful country too. 18-year goal to be an OS developer. Happy to hear that. Studying computer architecture usually helps with that. Plotter, maybe cups, probably reasonable. Okay, only 30 to 50% like you. In my opinion, you cannot automate this with an LLM. It will only like garbage in, garbage out, right? Like it's literally not worse. If you want reliable stuff, you need some actual intelligence. And in my opinion, messing here with LLMs to check if that is correct, this will only... Desktop edition, I see, let's try things. Yeah, actually, I think it should be linked. There is a newer one linked here because this download page that has already, but I think even that is slightly outdated, yeah, because these are, yes, that's not ideal because I built the file manually. Oops, shit. We should not do this. It's the last time we do it like this, I promise. Like use this one. If you want to try T2 today, use that here. Sorry for that being not listed better. Because India especially now is still development opportunity. Sorry, I can't understand your country. What? Because in India, especially on OS development, opportunity is very low. Well, isn't all the stuff outsourced to India? But also, like, OS development does not necessarily pay unless outsourced. Also, like, hey, have you seen artificial intelligence that supposedly replaces all the engineering soon? By the way, I think the reason I think I figured, I mean, first of all, as seen on our Discord, a lot of people hate AI. I mean, including myself. Ironically, even Americans hate it for the environmental pollution of especially noise and drinking water. But I figured, despite a lot of people hating AI, I think the reason some people are so, like, the number one question here of what about AI? The other, also like here on YouTube and stuff, everyone just AI. I think the number one reason is people think it makes them genius programmers. I think a lot of people think, hey, they don't need to do the hard work of actually learning that, and they just wipe code. I think that's why, and that's wrong, because first of all, AI is actually not good. Yet, and this LLMs probably never will be in that context particularly. Like, and don't take me wrong, I'm I'm an early adopter and believer of technology, but similar to the Apple Vision Pro that I never got, and I actually never got a single VR headset because like I have no use case for this, right? I also never got IoT, Internet of Shit things, because it was always clear for me that it will only work some years, and then even when it's new, it works like shit. So I never purchased a single Internet of Shit thing, and this has nothing to do with hating technology or being negative or not a believer or whatnot. It's being realistic of like not wasting my money on bullshit. And that's similar with AI. Like a company like mine, like a serious not scamming snake oil company, would not put the current AI into production because, as you see from all the balance sheets of all the big AI players, it's a lost business. No sane, good old-fashioned business would put it into production. Whether eventually it could be good, that's something else. But like from the perspective of today, of you need a billion data center and nuclear power or like solar power, wind farm, geothermal energy, whatnot thing, a fusion reactor to power your data centers, and then only lose money. It makes 0 sense to deploy this current fake LLM wannabe AI. But yeah, that's what I thought the other day. It's like, dude, probably the number one. I mean, despite so many people hate it, and I'm not even hating it the most. I think from what I've seen on YouTube, like even news sites or even good old-fashioned paper articles, like some Americans really, really, really hate. I mean, probably also Americans hate. I mean, that's crazy. Normally in Europe, we are a little bit more environmental conscious of like not polluting and stuff. That historically wasn't that much. But now that data centers disrupt small village life and people cannot sleep and don't have drinking water anymore. And then also, I think in Europe, we do not hate AI as much yet, because not only we don't have the most data centers, but also in America, most jobs are lost, right? And I think overall in Europe, like the vast majority of jobs lost is in the USA. I mean, also like maybe outsourced China, India and whatnot, but probably mainly in the USA. So that's probably why the Americans probably are currently the biggest hater of AI for environmental and village life and night sleep destruction, but also like the biggest job loss since the Big Depression. So it's, yeah. Hear about the shady IPO things, Nasdaq, SpaceX, future AI. Yes, I heard that. I say for years already the biggest scammers in human history, but so few people are listening to me. So many cases where you should avoid AI, but I like to control my work and ask some questions. Did you all hear of AI agents that deleted entire data? Yeah, not like it happened multiple times. Like every day there's a story of like it deleted the database, it deleted our code. Like just today I posted to our Discord like AI deleted repository or whatnot or whatever, and then even faked the post-mortem and blamed it on other things and claimed bringing it, solving that, reverting that, or whatever. Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. LLMs are not actual intelligent. They are just very good token prediction machine things of lossy, compressed other people's database things. Yeah, like never give AI permission to your stuff. It's like, yeah, the big tech that currently destroys themselves need the hardware, totally. 100% agree. That's why we are here mostly manually made with love and passion, proudly manually mostly made stuff here. Only occasionally, like 50% we prompt ChatGPT, we are disappointed of how wrong the answer is. Where are we here? 52%. Okay, what's that here? PS to edit. I mean, yeah, excessive Qt dependencies, but nah, maybe that's correct. If not, patch welcome. I mean, here probably fine. Stellarium, yeah, something. What even is that here? Yeah, some year later. Yeah, nice work, team. I'm so proud how far we came in the last 5 years, polishing basically every aspect of T2 polished. Of course, similar to other distributions, we are not bug-free. That's unfortunately kind of impossible with curating other people's 6,000 packages, and even in the stuff we write, it's not bug-free. Probably kind of never will be. Yeah, totally. AI is just a tool and not a... Yeah, the thing is that AI is not a good tool is because it's, first of all, randomly hallucinating fuzzy shit. And then it's also randomly doing random shit, like randomly deleting shit that you didn't ask for. It's like, you tell AI, like, write my business partner an email, and it's like, okay, I deleted your database. It's like, oh, cool, thank you very much. Well done. Well done, assistant. Yeah. That is similar how I never adopted a tablet. And I actually thought like tablets might... It's basically, I purchased probably 3 tablets. The very first iPad, which I still have here, which we obviously need to sideload T2 on. So the very first iPad, but that was already so disappointed, which like first I thought like, dude, it's amazing. But then I was like, because it was such a slow CPU and stuff, it's like, and so slow. Similar to the first iPhone, like you think like, hey, it's... Although I think the first iPhone was more amazing than the first iPad. The first iPad was so underwhelming, it's like... Anyway, at least I still have it. Need to load Linux, T2 Linux urgently on that. But then the thing is that iPad OS was always so limited. So then I purchased the first iPad. I probably even used it somewhat, I mean, to answer some emails. I mean, maybe I even was mildly satisfied. Probably answered customer emails and stuff from that. But like, certainly Apple being Apple, like discontinuing this support after probably 2 years or whatnot. It's like, yeah, it's old crap now. Like the slowest, what was it, even single core 32-bit ARM shit of like, sorry, we sold you this crap, can't support this anymore. So thank you very much. I mean, obviously that's impossible to support with T2 Linux today. I mean, it's not like modern Firefox would run snappy on that hardware. But then I probably didn't buy something for a while. And also I didn't like the form factor. It was slightly too big for me. And then I purchased the very first iPad mini. But even then, like, that's like, often, even I sometimes fail for like, okay, like 4 years later, we can buy the first iPad mini. But even that wasn't disappointing because it didn't have a retina display. This was like standard definition resolution and stuff. And even that's like, yeah, okay, that's kind of better, but nah. And did I... Yeah, something like that. So, yeah, I tried. So it's, but like I buying 3 iPads, I learned like it's mostly waste of time. Like basically that's why I say like, even I learned wasting my money. Why do you, this iPad tablets make 0 sense. It's barely more compact than a laptop. You can type less fast. You can, like, especially with these limited iOS things, you cannot multitask efficiently. Sure, especially not 10 years ago where there was no multitasking. Now the last years, like 5, 6, 7 years, you can multitask a little bit, but even that is bloody fucking inefficient. And then it's like you're this closed pay for everything ecosystem stuff. Like, it's just a complete ripoff. And I'm saying this with purchasing 3 or maybe even 4. Now I wonder if I even had a 4th iPad. Maybe I had one Retina iPad, but anyway, I think I gave this to my mother-in-law. Where is that thing even? I think she broke it. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, it fell down, and glass is defect. It's like, okay. Anyway, yeah, and then it's compact, and then to use it a little bit more efficient, you buy a keyboard, and then you, like an attachable keyboard thing, and then you're at the same form factor price and stuff. It's like, yeah. You didn't say your country. Man, Europe. I'm from Europe. What cares a country? Why it's all the country stuff? Like, from all the country stuff, only hate comes. Currently, I'm in Europe. Okay? Are you happy now? Man. Who bloody cares the country from this planet? Can we not stop this border country shit, man? Only wars come from that. Wars and hate. And I say this as a previously German. So, there you have it. Are you all happy now? Here's some Python thing. With, probably Meson. It's probably or Meson. You know, whatever. Where are we? 57. So that doesn't stop us from probably installing T2. Shall I subscribe? I urgently need to urgently. I don't really urgently, but like for 10 years I keep collecting things here, and I don't urgently, but I really wanted T2 on tablets. Maybe that's the next thing. Like theoretically, eventually I want T2 on phones. I mean, obviously, who would not want T2 on phones? Maybe we should actually trademark T2 before the Trump family makes a T2 phone. And maybe we also should register a T2 phone domain already. But just joking, maybe we just completely rename anyway. Oops. No, I pressed something. Shit, G is, I pressed G. I was at 50%. Press G without control. Man, damn it. Oh man, now so much metadata. Imagine other distributions who do this all fully manually of typing. Imagine you have 20,000 e-build packages and holy shit, is it much data? Yeah, man, like scroll reviewing this is hard work already. Yeah, probably getting more to mobile. This tablet stuff is probably a very good first step. I totally don't know, like we need to find some magic way, like maybe that's even a way to make a startup, but it's of course super bloody difficult. Like it's just like the most difficult thing cracking. I mean, so many companies tried and nobody succeeded of somehow cracking the Linux mobile space. I also don't have a good idea because our mobile stacks are not even amazing, and even Trap agrees. But then we don't have to, right? It's like everyone wants everyone and even the Trump family wants a garbage mobile phone to scam the people. We don't need a mobile phone, but I mean, maybe if the thing is, these devices are just so popular and we miss a whole generation. I would also argue, I mean, even I use a smartphone all day, right? So, I mean, I don't even use the most apps. Like, I mean, maybe we should just start shipping KDE Mobile, Plasma Mobile, with a dialer, with the only thing is browser, their Anglefish or whatever mobile browser. Good, I fixed Qt web engine last night that failed to build. Because even the browser, right? I mean, maybe we should start having phone builds at all and having the KDE Plasma dialer, like at least dialer, calendar, email, like Firefox, and then ignore the app. I mean, I don't do banking, I mean, on the smartphone. I mean, what would be dream? I mean, maybe now with all the big tech failing, maybe we could collect some, I kid you not, billion venture capital to do a really good European sovereign smartphone ecosystem thing. Nothing like one thing Elon Musk scam teached me, like Elon Musk and Trump scamming everyone, teach me like everything is possible, nothing is impossible. You are right, but Apple has been closed for the get-go. Not really Apple. macOS was pretty open. Apple only became closed with the iPhone. Google is going now with Android. Scam at what Google is doing now with Android is a scam at this point. I mean, I could argue Google Android was kind of a scam from the beginning of like just taking Linux and selling open source stuff expensively. As I mean, and initial Android was also really garbage. Like I didn't even the first Android version I didn't even take seriously. Like initial Android was so ugly and stuff, and keyboard focused. Have any job in T2 for 18-year-old? Well, not a paid job. You can send patches. I mean, the thing is, EU has some policy things. It's not like EU is creating some companies. I'm aware there are some companies, like, you need to understand between policy. I mean, first of all, we tried to apply for some funding that failed. Oh shit, we should actually full-time apply for some more prototype funding. But it's not like some politicians wanting some sovereign tech and it happens. It still needs companies like mine to do it. So it's not like EU is magically self-creating companies that do amazing. Also, like, it needs systems that do that for 20 years to deliver reliable tech like T2 Linux. Got to say, admire how much work you do. Almost any time open Twitch, you're doing something. How? Because I want that T2 is successful. Because I double down on making T2 a true AAA first-class Linux distribution. And that needs work. That needs people sitting each day, like open source OSs do not create themselves from nothing. It is hard daily work, and 20 years ago I was sitting like this in my basement, and now we sit like this on Twitch. Yeah, this cups is probably optional, but we will do this another day. You should hire him. You need someone in organization to ask everyone what country they are from. Exactly. That's what we should hire them for. Yeah, eventually I might have jobs, especially if we become more big business, but right now you can do what you can do with every open source project. Git clone it or subversion check it out, don't delay, try it out, and either like test it and fill GitHub issues, but please professional ones. We have already new people who fill random issues that make no sense, and send patches, right? Holy shit, are this many? For my dream development, I don't sure India can help me, so I need to. You don't need to fly anywhere. Like, this is the biggest misconception. If you fly somewhere, you become just a poorest Gastarbeiter. Also, like, India is super big in tech. Like, what are you talking about? Have you seen India? Like, it's biggest tech outsourcing, and isn't even Nothing phone, isn't the Nothing company manufacturing in India? It's completely ridiculous. Like, you can do everything in every country. And like migrating to another country is just the most expensive failure. This is the biggest misconception of the last decades, especially in these days. Like, have you seen the unemployment numbers everywhere? Like, that's ridiculous. You can everything, like similar to Elon Musk, you can do everything in your basement from wherever you are, whether that's Ukraine or, I mean, except North Korea and maybe Russia these days, or like Cuba, but like from all other 175-ish or whatever countries, you can do most things, unless you sit in totalitarian regimes behind some iron curtain and without internet, and it's a little bit tough to do that there. But in all countries of the world, minus 3 or so, did I say 3? Russia, North Korea, Russia. What else did I say? Minus 2. Got to go lunch. Happy bon appetit. So, where are we here in 64%, man? Yeah, mostly good. I hear some Lua Rock stuff that's probably sus. I mean, it's probably not correct. It's probably not totally wrong. I mean, but also probably not completely. It's probably optional, like more patches welcome. I know about India. I know very well about India. I probably know about I traveled most countries, including Taiwan and Brazil and Russia. I know the world, and I know India. Like, you probably don't know the state of America and Europe. I probably know India better than you, America and Europe. The stuff ain't that super rosy in America. Have you seen the orange clone the White House destroying? Like the orange elephant in the White House trampling on everything, the job market and stuff. You don't want to be there, trust me. Even I don't want to be there. By the way, I've seen other YouTubers who say they don't want to talk about politics. The reason maybe I should also not talk about politics, but the thing is, I hate the one thing I hate. I mean, also I'm not political. I'm not left and right. I'm just common sense. But the problem, my personal impression is that so many things went south, like so many things went downhill, because for 20 years we didn't have arguments. Because for 20 years, like, yeah, let's not talk about politics, which to me, like, let's not talk about politics means like, let's not destroy my reality distortion field belief of completely mind blowing out of, like, always this political correctness of like, what you believe is complete bullshit, man. It's complete scam artist shit what you talk about. Like, that is, yeah, basically to me is let's not talk about politics. Is basically I believe random con shit, and I don't want to hear the realities. That's if someone tells me like that's I don't want to talk about politics, and it's kind of like I don't want to hear the truth. I don't want to hear the harsh reality of like believing all kinds of WhatsApp and TikTok nonsense. That is the only thing of like being some beacon of common sense here like, have you seen all the craziness? Here's also www awful. Okay, so this cache here, this is doing strange things here. What was that thing? www awful things of, because some things here are strange. And this is also at most opt. Keep alive D. Probably could potentially be here. And that's also why probably we cannot really have honest discussions on politics anymore, like of politicians, because like everyone is like believing their own reality distortion field bullshit. And by the way, this left-right shit is complete bullshit anyway. Like, politicians should do common sense and not like some, like, even in Germany, like, the conservatives doing completely mind-blowing shit of, like 20 years ago, people would have said they are crazy and need to medical treatment of what... it's crazy. These days are hard to pick anything right, too many... I wouldn't say too many. I mean, too much garbage information probably. But that's also the thing that, I mean, I'm not saying that 40 years ago newspapers were top-notch accurate, but probably 90% more accurate than random social media shit. Like these days, I mean, sure, journalism and newspapers were not always right, but like these days, social media is also usually wrong, man. CS degree, however, the institution never care about open source. Back in the day, at least, I really struggle on learning open source correct stack GCC things. Do you recommend any book about that? Oof, not really. I'm not reading. I mean, maybe for that might be Linux from scratch. As usually I say Linux from scratch, not that great, but if you really... I mean, open source stack correct is also relative. There is probably not one correct open source stack thing. Probably, I mean, either Linux from scratch, but I would only do this a little bit because otherwise I usually say it's a little bit of waste of time. Here's also some WebSockets, systemd. Do this. So there is a lot of stuff we could automatically, like, we could go over everything systemd and probably do most things optional. Like maybe we should instead of like, so this should also be the last times yes, I say this often, but like Or here, for example, that's also like libURCU might also be optional. I mean, libsodium sounds a bit sus, but maybe I don't even know what this is, but maybe that's correct as it previously was there. Maybe we should include some magic scripting for T2 to auto edit this flags, for example. I mean, not AI, but like some T2 prompt stuff of T2 modify and like basically like SQL like. So T2 like update stuff like some SQL like some T2 query language. So instead of like that automatically correctly adds text. So like for example T2 update like T2 package matching like systemd like cache systemd update desk flex depth opt systemd stuff. Not super easy, but that would be more scalable than like for the future for like 20 years. So I'm only thinking out loud. Like obviously this is not amazing going through this, but also usually we don't have so much data. This is just like our last year's, as I said 1 hour ago, 1 hour 17 years. Yeah, again, highly overdue, highly important. That's why we do this, and it should be increasingly one of the last times we do this. I mean, you see it's much cleaner these days. Here's some strange things. Perl, maybe correct, maybe not. I'm not caring as much about this run in Perl things if they're not correct. If it's annoying, someone will send a patch. This stuff probably is hopefully mostly more correct. Like the majority counts here. The Sison is like I had once auto deleted everywhere. Now some come back. That's probably okay. The question, like maybe many are optional, but that's for Python experts too. Here's some. It's probably fine or optional. Is any chance for AI to do OS thing? Maybe change my dream when I do it. Yeah, but if AI do it, then you don't have a job anymore. I don't know why if you want a job in OS development that AI does it for you, then AI has a job, not you. That's what I mean. See, 40 minutes ago I said like I think the reason some people love AI is because they hope it does everything for them, without realizing then they are redundant. Then if AI does yours and does the job, you don't have the job. It's so easy. Crazy that people like that. Okay, Graphis is a little bit. Did I revert this already? No. Yeah, this needs some serious. Also crazy to optional dependency all this, but if that's needed, then I mean. Yeah. Maybe we should, it's a little bit different. I wanted to say maybe we could optional dependency Qt6 star, but we wouldn't want all, it's probably doesn't work like this. What's the T2 query language? I would keep that as simple. Yeah, of course, that would be shell script or Lua implemented. I'm only saying that instead of many, like for like it's like basically, I mean, it would be cool. Like, it could even be something like some prompting, and then like you would like select dot cache, select systemd and cache, and then you might even dynamically like, okay, that's a selection like this stuff, and then like add flag. Add dependency opt systemd or stuff. Just the common things that if you do more than 2 files is annoying. Here's for example Go, for example audit. Probably optional, I don't know. So all programming-based jobs, like, no. Have you seen what garbage AI creates? I wouldn't say like no, but only like as AI can only do entry-level stuff badly, only junior programming like your job is not safe. The new programmers reviewing AI bullshit is more safe here. Clem AI, for example, systemd. I'm not doing more optional dependencies in this pass unless they are really major. Like we should kind of do more interesting things. Otherwise, we could do systemd now in a second pass. But maybe we should do here more important things. Oh, here 2022 here. As long as user can check commands, it's fine. I mean, it would edit the sources, so it's more like that query language would be mostly for developers to improve stuff here without firing up an editor over 40 or over 10 or hundreds of files. I look at this, mostly more amazing. Pretty happy with this. Another step of much better dependencies for you playing and installing along at home. Here's set shell things of a year later. Nowadays, better job as AI developer depends if the AI bubble, like you alls, most of you don't think really far. You need to learn to 3D and 4D chess. You need to think in 3D chess, man. This here is funny. Not really sure how that. I thought we had auto deleted this, but apparently not. Maybe because it is. Yeah, this is. No idea how this truncated so much, but somehow it did. Probably potentially out of space things of actually not even building or whatever. Hyper toolkit. What? Maybe it's, I don't know. Yeah, this must be out of space or shit. Because it's annoying. The good thing is we are nearly done. 89. Maybe I should have auto reverted 3 lines 2 here. Okay. Word count. How about with 3 lines? Wonderful. And 5 lines. Maybe we got all now. What do we have here? Warp. Okay, I think we did this right now, right? FTGL is a little bit fonty here. I mean, okay, let's manually edit this, which we should also, I mean, thankfully 1,000 of them we didn't have to manually edit. Not really sure how this got in there. Maybe it really used that. Fonts should mostly not be in there. Okay, encodings is also. It probably did something strange listing, or like it probably did font config query all fonts or some shit. Oh, there's no font. Yeah, long way we came with this. Welcome there, everyone tuning in newly. It's probably correct. Once we 2025. Yeah, once we had some Pango did install Pango. Some of them were incorrect. Good that we probably fixed the last one of those. Here this mail cap is a little bit spice. I think I deleted this already. I think this is just because we have this here running for longer after from before we in place substituted all of those. Mesa Ember. Oh, that build. Oh, cool, that build. Good. Motive, here, motive build. Unlock X. Amazing. Mostly amazing. What is that here? 2023 error. Years later, much better dependencies. So amazing. 94%. Yeah, probably obviously some small things here and there. So you all, what more do we do today? Anyway, I'm settled. My dream as an IS developer. What distro is that? Glad you asked. Sorry that I answered so late. That's T2 Linux. Oh, did I not pin that? Usually I pin that. Oh, it should already be pinned. Oh wait, did I pin this here? Oh yeah, I pinned this here. Good. Oh, it's LSB release minimum. Yeah, that's also sus. I wonder if we should just delete this package, man. This is pain. That should be in nothing. We got this auto-imported once we auto-imported package from the internet some 2 years ago. Some pointless package. Maybe we should delete pointless package. Okay, I guess we are golden here. X11 market. Manually removed there. Amazing. That will commit a while. Okay, we can go drink a coffee while this is locking 1,000 web dev objects over HTTPS. A reading note. Okay. Good that this works too. Build breakage things. That is so sad, but that's circle of life. Space is really the most unfriendly praise. Do we have here space things? Here, space things. Oh, is it an astronaut things? Do we not have astronaut person? Ah, here's astronaut person here. Oh, that transactioned already. Amazing. We could force rebuild everything. So yeah, we should do some. So that's basically my, yeah, it's like 2 hours at night, 1.5 hours in the morning. My contribution to making sure and proving this dependency is actually built for you. too spent ages to find the right emoji, yeah. Worst case, you can Google it, right? Copy and pasting emojis from Google like it's 2008. Word count, here's a cache file, it's a little bit strange. If we wanted word count lines, like everything, was it 4? Mostly right, 3, 5, oh. Wait. What was it now? 3, 4, 5, 6 in... Oh, let's force rebuild this now that we have space again. So, but we should do more interesting things than that. What do we really need to do? We should also sometimes, sometimes we should also have fun. So what do we do with the rest of the day? Releasing T2 Linux? I'm sorry, is not as meant. Oh, as developer. Yeah, I figured. Of course I figured. I still... All of this programming is quite difficult. I mean, surely, yeah. Like, it's not like... Obviously, programming is one of the more advanced jobs. Don't want surprise, like it's math and logic and things. That's the thing, I'm always surprised people are like, oh look, that's so difficult. Oh, here, more super thing, that's amazing. I mean, yeah, that's, everyone wants to just be like programmer, like maybe just, I don't even know, like maybe because hacker is cool and Hollywood movies and stuff, or Holly and Bollywood movies. And maybe money, but yeah. I think we should also have been like also like someone. I think it was Janet Carr actually. I saw her on YouTube. I realized she has like now got recommended YouTube clips of her. I saw like some other day. She said something actually pretty important. That makes myself very unpopular now. But hey, she said it. Janet Carr here. She only does shorts. Like maybe this here. And
I think a lot of people are ignoring the fact that for the longest time there's a lot of substandard, just bad hiring in software development. There was literally a time where you could do a 6-week boot camp on like React and get a 6-figure job afterwards. That's insane. There's literally nothing on the planet like that. And then during COVID just pressed the gas pedal on all that insane shit. I think a lot of people are
yeah, so much so, and this was always like, this was before COVID and stuff, like, I'm really sorry to say, like, from what I've seen, the hiring was always people who didn't code, right? Like, so that was always, I mean, sure, I'm good at it, but I've experienced so many people who should not have been in the industry, like, even before COVID and stuff, and like, all the web stuff made it worse, and yeah, we always should have been more honest with like, not everyone should and can code, right? I'm really sorry to say this, and obviously it's difficult, especially to do that right. Oh, the glibc stuff here is. Oh yeah, 330. I wonder if just for how fast was I wanted actually to theoretically. Like maybe I should not do this today. Like sometimes I just like to test some old systems. Like yesterday the BC250. Maybe I should do something productive today. Especially it's getting hot anyway. Board from Veer. How fast was that thing even? This SHAR001. Yeah, okay. So even the BC250 is faster than this. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, okay, we should not do this. We should do something productive today. Okay, what am I in the mood for? I mean, randomly test building stuff is nice and you all, but certainly doesn't pay the bills. And now we have everyone try to code. Yeah, and now we have everyone like so. And now, yeah, that is so correct. Like so, first, I would even say I would go as far, and this is probably not even controversial. Like this probably hurts. Like 50%. I would go as far as 50% of the people in the IT industry should not be in the IT industry, or at least programmers, coders, and code architecture and system architecture. And that is also, if we are honest with ourselves, that is also seeable in stuff like Volkswagen software failing, or even Tesla self-driving a decade later not being awesome. Or other, like, have you seen this other million subscriber YouTubers? Is which one? Some engineering channel there who purchased a Lucid, and like this stuff is like full of bugs, like even more bugs than Volkswagen. Fix GNOME. I'm not touching GNOME. What fix GNOME? And yeah, now people who cannot code and shouldn't code, now they try to wipe code stuff. By the way, this is and now we have everyone. Yeah, and now we have everyone who can already not code try to assist their not being able to code with AI, pseudo wannabe AI. This is liberalization is a horror. Also expect now to do crazy things, so no time because of AI models. It's expected now to do crazy things in no time because, I mean, expected is goes in distribution 50, maybe goes in distribution 50%. I is really bad. People don't fire the button. What do you mean fire is bottom 10%? But I mean, it shows in T2, like most of the T2 issues on GitHub are garbage. I mean, either AI slop or people not knowing what they're doing. I mean the recycling of team and reversion to long-term. Oh man, my nose. Yeah. The thing is also in IT, bad people who cannot do their job can hide better. Like a plumber, like if he constantly produces leaking pipes, he is fired, right? Or like electrician who constantly produces short circuits, otherwise glitchy, intermittent stuff, and code violating, like building code violating shit, they're also fired and stuff, right? But in IT, people can hide better because most people don't know IT, and like normal people and managers think everything is magic and rocket science and stuff. I mean, hey, it's rocket science and stuff. But they can hide better of like, nah, it's like just difficult and like, but Mac OS and Windows and nah, and so, or man. So, but sorry to speak this uncomfortable. Recommend me movie. To really watch movies. Just don't describe my apartment's maintenance. You just described your apartment's maintenance team of what? Of causing short circuits, not grounded, intermittent connected, leaking water pipes. I mean, yeah, I heard in some cities, I heard in some countries, the building code standard and stuff of quality is a little bit there. Terminator 2. Yochi, how are you doing? So, what else do we need to do while we wait for some more random build things? So we actually should get stuff done. Oh, here also stuff done. Crazy cache dependency update things. assertion. Oh, this is this thing. Yeah, if this stuff, like this is also Linux Foundation thing, like if this stuff here would, my power supply, I literally specifically purchased this power supply. This is so hilarious. Like no, like this, the thing could previously tell me. This is also stupid regression. Something they changed in the kernel that this doesn't work, like maybe because now they have an in-kernel driver and I don't know, man. This is super frustrating. I hate this with Linux. Shit works. Shit works, and then every month they break something. They think they know everything better, but they constantly break something. It's oh, now this magically randomly works. Holy. I don't understand this stupid shit anymore. Something else bound to this. I didn't even expect it to work just like that. So that's going through USB HID from USB HID IOCTLs. When you maintain a Linux distro to test what you change, you restart VM each time? No, why should I? You don't need to restart, like only if I modify boot things and stuff. Why should I restart the VM? I rarely need to do that like once a week, or also depends. I mean, sure, if I work on systemd or init things, it's like, it depends on what I any genre would be fine. You guys, movies. How about Anna? Did you watch Anna already? I think I have the USB here, the Blu-ray here. How about this one here? You all. Test dances on the P3 some months ago, but don't tell the copyright mafia. Okay, so what's the total power stuff of estimated? What did I previously total power 250? I think this is similar to, so I don't know how precise this is, but that's the only measurement I have. And that's also, by the way, all, ironically, there are so many PSUs, and I mean, first of all, they are also similar. And then the one feature that they all should have is actually monitoring stuff, like very few have. I should have purchased like a couple of those, man. Although I think it was expensive. I think this was maybe the most expensive power PSU I ever purchased. I should have purchased multiple. So how loaded are we? Are we fully loaded? Okay, that looks pretty loaded. I would say yes, we are fully loaded. Okay, it's 268 watt. Oh, 270 watt. Oops. A lot of Anna here. Okay, here are people who like Anna. Otherwise, hey, how about Nikita? If you love Anna, did you watch Nikita already? So, actually, I wanted to Google. There is a new version of this. The only thing is, I hate having different versions. Like, let me just check. I'm curious. Is there? I should, going forward, only purchase PSUs with monitoring stuff. It's pretty expensive. Oh, but it's somewhat on sale-ish. Yeah, I think I paid probably 200 for the one I have. And also what really sucks is that these companies every year change some pinout shit. So I even fried something, plugging some year-old cable in another model. Like that should be like there is a special place in hell. Enough, which movie from which year? Oof, you ask questions from Blu-ray here. Like this here. I did not take it home again after it's still on my PS3. Studio, the studio canal thing from here is, what's his name? Something with B. Lucy from Regisseur. What's his name? Why is the name not here? I mean, this one here. It works, it plays with T2 freaking PS3 demos. So, actually I should have purchased an office expensive test Blu-ray for Office. It's 1 year in the Office already. So, hope you enjoy the movie. Maybe tune in tomorrow and tell us how you liked it. Shift things. What is the difference between that thing? Like that is HX. Like what is the bloody difference? I hate when... The thing is also, I've seen they changed the bloody protocol. I so hate this. Is this here? Okay, wait, this doesn't... I think only the I things have like monitoring for intelligent monitoring. T2 Linux play game, yes, but not me. But those digital Ps are failing often. That's why they abandoned it. Mine didn't fail. I mean, why should they fail often? I don't see how they fail more often than nearly no PSU. I mean, only some old ones failed. Like some like year 2000 ones failed now 25 years later, like burning some capacitor. Okay, so that was 270 watt here. 270 watt. Oh, that's probably not. That's probably not ideal. Now this happened to me. Now that probably... Oh yeah. Oops. Oh shit. What? No. Bloody using KD. That's what you get for using an actual freaking whole desktop for live streaming setup. Yeah, I should order some more because like that's the most convenient. First of all, the one I have didn't fail. I only have one of those. But before they stop manufacturing this, I'd really like to have one or two. I mean, I don't have spare. Currently, I don't have a spare one anyway. I somehow use them all in systems and stuff. Wonder what's going on with the sale thing here. Yeah, but before they don't have some anymore. Yeah, 1000 watt is fine for me. Don't need 1000 watt is fine for me. Yeah, there's this IQ shit of I've seen they changed the protocol. Which one? This one? Which beta phones? This one is even silent. It has some some have a button of more silent. 12 volt high power. Like, no. This one here is even silent here, 0 RPM. I think on mine, because like I'm not having an NVIDIA GPU. I mean, okay, mine didn't fail because I'm extremely low noise. I think mine running is 79 and now 9950X3D. The fan never turned on because hey, I only drew 270 watt. So yeah, the fan I don't know because I never heard the fan. But so that is because, yeah, if you don't have like GPU, you see here that's right, even 100 watt and stuff, so you see 0 RPM. You should install it so that the natural airflow probably ideally goes through it a little bit. What's your lowest level one could start learning from? Like ALUs? What's the lowest level one could start learning from? Like logic gates? Like lowest level is use cloud code. Why should I cloud code? I don't want to steal code. Yeah, so fan I don't know, but this 0 RPM mode is certainly nice. And so for me, do I need all of this stuff? No, but like if you do some serious things, especially for me benchmarking, I would hope that is halfway. I mean, maybe I should calibrate then and put a multi-volt multimeter on there and measure the actual wattage to know how precise this is. But that's certainly nicer than having nothing, especially if I going forward should potentially go more into the business of doing some proper blog posts, because then I would have some wattage, if that's halfway decently correct. Maybe many of you didn't even know that this existed. I even didn't know that this existed. I found this randomly some years ago and I was like, dude, why don't I have all quality PSUs that? I would think internally they always kind of should have that, right? They all have a microcontroller, so like even like every non-complete garbage PSU probably should have this data internally, right? You would think, but so all it takes is some, I mean, theoretically this should of course be like isolated, like galvanically isolated, and not like electrocuting the USB port of your main logic board. But it's not that super easy to do correctly, but it's like the companies do a PSU, right? You would think they can do this correctly. Right. You say better, but this is probably some, or maybe it's some different version. Maybe this is the old version, the new version. I have no idea. Maybe it's a slightly different SKU, slightly different SKU for native things, two things, side-mounted connectors. I have no idea what the issue is here. Whatever. Yeah, this is modern. Like you would need to compare. Here's 2025, and the other. What is this one? Is this an old version? Oh, maybe it's an old version that I have. I have no idea. Where is the? There usually is some listed sins. There's usually some detailed spec thing somewhere more. Is this some more? Here, oh wait, what they... Oh, you don't see this anymore? They hide this? Here probably. Somewhere. You would need to compare the... Yeah, box keyboard. By the way, I wanted to make a video about this already. I should make... I've so often this stuff here is completely wrong. Like box contents keyboard. It's like, and this is like every article has completely wrong things here. Like USB things say PCI, PCI things say USB. Like it's like some random person or AI added here some random shit, right? You cannot make this shit up. Like I should order that and then call Amazon, where's my keyboard? Like that they learn. It's like whiter one is cheaper only because this one. No, they both have 0 RPM. Probably one is, this is probably the old version, and the other is probably like maybe the 2024 version or 2023 version. Maybe that is the version I have, and the other is probably the new model since 2020. It's probably old stock that they still had somewhere or whatever. Usually they should have here selling on Amazon since so usually you could potentially see that here somewhere, if that would not be so shitty here. Unit count 1. you should be able to determine this on some UPC code here. If that even is correct and not wipe coded like keyboard, like box content keyboard. It's like, yeah, but that's every item. I'm bet you every item we click will have something sus. And this should also not be like this. Connector quantity, 3 connector quantity. It's like LOL, YOLO. It's surely not 3. Anyway, both things here. This also has 0 RPM. Mine already had like I have mine 4 years or whatnot, and even that already had 0 RPM. Okay, long story short, I probably should order 2 before they go. Maybe I'm even lucky, because what I hate is having different versions and they need different software protocols. And I saw already from the Linux kernel, the code scrolling by, I saw already that other people added a new protocol of like 2025 versions. They changed the USB protocol. It's like yeah, so I'm pretty sure this has 0. I mean, the model name here is HX1000i, so that should already be identical. Maybe they also changed here 0 RPM mode, so that's the cheaper one. This here is probably only like 2025 edition or whatnot. Maybe also then with different cable, like maybe they changed another cable shit of high voltage power shit here of 12 volt 2x something. Yeah, both have some 0 RPM mode, I'm pretty sure. Everything else wouldn't make sense, but then of course those vendors often do things that don't make sense. Yeah, I mean, obviously don't use this garbage Windows software. Even my neighbor, der Bauer, with his Windows constantly says the Windows software sucks, and even my neighbor says it. So, integrate ICO link system hub. It's like, oh wait, here, this probably is differently new. Oh, I think this is already newer over mine. Oh, maybe one is side mounted. Maybe that's the difference. Okay, this is this is maybe this new IQ shit. Okay, I don't even want this new IQ. All I wanted is, that's probably the difference. Some new interconnected shit systems that I don't want. All I wanted was the wattage. Oh, that has this also already? Oh, maybe that's why they changed the protocol. Wait, is that the... Oh wait, it's again the expensive version. Wait, I clicked there wrong. Sorry, I clicked there wrong. Yeah, look at this. This has only one USB thing and the other... Okay, that's the main difference of some integrated RGB sensor. Kinder. Some streets further, who cares? Nearly my neighbor, man. Also, I think he wanted to move away from Berlin, didn't he? So, Berliners, everyone is a neighbor here. What special power supply me? Cable management and protection, at least several ones. For me, it's cable. I mean, cable management? T2 keyboard. The 20 newest of I things, 2025. Could be gold rating. MSI Mac things, aviation industry expansion, crazy stuff guys and ships from 16-bit things, entire stack crashes random but got certified, good for them. So make your own keyboards. This 3D print community is great. All I need is software. Does Amazon actually check their articles verification data? No, I don't know where they get this from. Like this data is random for 10 years. Like for 10 years, I notice every product I click on there is randomly wrong information. Cable management is like, for me, cable management is mostly. I don't buy a power supply for cable management. I for quality and efficiency and stuff, like cable, I get managed with any power supply things. Is silver not pretty oldish rating? Okay, so good. Oh, here we are mostly done with rebuilding small cache things here. Look. Oh, bitmap things of Mesa demos. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no further question. Maybe we should disambiguate. Also, I think I got the mosquito bite. Damn it, it's mosquito season. Good. We want T2 Linux. So somehow today why am I not so motivated today? Maybe I should sometimes have some fun, play with some things. Okay, we should actually, what would be best would be to write our website changelog. So now the story is we probably should really summarize the major changes, including like better overlay support. I actually should check that works. The new code for the live CD. I think you would have fun to play. I'm so sorry. I have no nerves for a new website. Actually, what I should probably do, I need to debug why our software now randomly crashes on macOS. That's probably pretty. Somehow our software gets sometimes killed by macOS now with code signing error. That's a little bit concerning. I cannot randomly deploy a new website now. That's way too much work that I don't have. Like, these technical things need to work better before we even can think about website. I don't have weeks now for website. Thank you for your super chat notification. Highly appreciate this. And do whispering ASMR things. This is already the second channel where we do stereo ASMR. Xbit, wait, is it just this bitmap? Let's fake this and delete Mesa demos. Yeah, the thing website is for me anyway not fun, and yeah, I need to be efficient. Maybe I should even. Oh, we have 94 viewers. Yeah, I actually have other mission critical things, unfortunately, to do. Maybe I should actually do them. Stop procrastinating them. Look, we have here more. I mean, despite we had here SED things. Remember when we SEDI thinged? We probably should be professional and go through our to-do and check what is really important. But we should release, basically clicked on this and didn't even realize it was a live stream. Ah, okay, no worries, welcome. Makeup. We need to release, that would be pretty did I SED get already? Oh yeah, this stuff. Okay, what did we do now? Rebuilding all of this stuff gave another 100. Are there here any? Oh, there's some book things interesting. Yeah, this appreciate meet us here from Germany, better programmers and Linus. Well, I appreciate your enthusiasm. I don't really like that. I mean, I'm good, and Linus Torvalds is certainly also very good. Um, Also, ironically, maybe I programmed more than Linus Torvalds the last decade, but it's not a competition here who is cooler. We just want to make a good Linux distribution, right? So, I mean, this is indeed here. Yeah, this is maybe this stuff. I mean, not maybe. This is, of course, mostly the auto-reverted stuff from a minute ago where our caches were not correct. But that, I mean, the performance is actually, it's already, I think it would only, it's like, no, yeah, I also need to maintain this. I really appreciate this, but we also need to be able to maintain this and like migrate all the content and stuff. We need to do this a little bit more controlled. With some real strategy. I'll look at this here. Like, this is actually pretty useful stuff here. Another 100. Who would have thought? But this performance is amazing, right? I mean, this GCC being less slow, the performance would be even. But yeah, I hear you too. With an older GCC, the performance would be even more amazing. I believe the RHP has their own V kernel. Well, they don't have their own Wii. Is there a port of T2 in Nintendo Wii? Yes, of course, Chris here. We have this. I mean, the only thing is we need this patch. So Arch, I think doesn't even have official PowerPC. That's probably some, like our PowerPC, probably vastly superior. We worked on V2, so that's also like it's other people doing that, right? It's not like the Arch people do the V stuff. So which Wii U or Wii U? Except it depends which. But yeah, you can. Why don't you like GCC 16 standard V or the old one? Yeah, the old one just works. The old one was just single core. The VU is triple core, right? The triple core has broken SMP synchronization things that need special workarounds, but even that we include mostly. Yeah, theoretically we should ship some V compatible kernel by default, so basically patch welcome. And you're welcome things. How does it break it builds for me? Like what do you do? I mean, we take care of the things in T2. I don't know what you consulting there, Wolowski consulting. What do you do that? I don't see that. I mean, T2 has a lot of auto magics to make this work. I have zero idea what you're doing. Look, thousands of packages built here. Why is I would what precisely do we I think you use something very wrong. I mean, I'm also lucky and find ways, but I think you use something really wrong. Why does motive not revert with 2? Oh, it's attic even. This somehow should revert. Why does this not revert? And welcome here to the stream. Why does 2 not? 1, 2, 3. Does it need regular expression? Oh, word diff here. Oh, that is why. Just delete here the very. Did this wrong. We could run the new website parallelly. No, this is complete confusion. No, like I work really already. I work as like I work Sunday holiday. We really need to make it. I'm sorry. We need to make it efficiently for me and not less efficient. We will not run to websites. This is even more like we need to gradually migrate this to more with taking snippets and inspiration of the new website work. But again, this technology is important first. Like, this needs to work. We cannot ship something that's broken. Like all the desktop things we did was like Flatpak integration and all these things. It's technology first, and yeah, website later. I'm sorry, but without good technology, like, and also, yeah, let's do this step by step, right? Like, nothing like ruining my productivity with website things here. As much as I understand that it disappoints you, and I highly appreciate all the creative and inspirational work, but first most, we need to ship working things here. Look, 2022 error cache to actually build. Yay. First, need to make sure that T2 really works, that desktop stuff really works, like yesterday, the overlays things we did. Somebody should volunteer. Yes, someone should really. But the problem is, this is volunteer. Like, most volunteers just want to replace everything completely. I don't need one-day volunteers. I need like long-term, everyday little contributors, which we have already, like including Yochi, but also Kuluk and Foxtrot and Andre and Notech and stuff. We have a growing team, and that's totally amazing. And the better the stuff here is, the faster the team will grow. There's Volgren. But that is how you automatic. Wait, what? Valgrind, why did this not? Oh, that. What? I think this O'Connell there is also funny. Okay, this cache was a little bit sus actually. Somehow I think this we just reverted. Managed to build of unzip, took forgets and goes bzip. You do strange things. Do you use T2? Committed people like I don't, some sort of movement. What do you move? What? I don't know what you fork. Like, that literally builds. You do something really, really strange. Do you use T2 trunk or some tech? You mix their old stuff with I don't even know what you do. Yeah, this thing new T2, like, nobody will look there. Like, this is only work for me that's without, like, this is only work for no gain and only confusion. I would also prioritize improving some content further on, because like that's the website we have, like that's production. I would also argue a little bit better content first would be more important than completely changing the site. And yes, I know that's annoying you probably, but I need to run this long term, and I need to answer for that to the media and things. Yeah, let's first ship this release here that we worked so hard towards. Here's Rust source, by the way, for not really sure if that somehow says. Maybe it used it, but needs review. Where are we here? Yeah, reviewing 100 changes much easier than over 1,000 changes. Yeah, 2023. It's exactly the right things. Okay, good that we have, now that we have, yeah, the crazy thing is that's only the tip of the iceberg here. This graph is a little bit funny. And we could commit this without GoScript. Maybe it used that really to generate some PostScript, but the paper? What did this do again? The other stuff is, I mean, NetPBN. This surely did some strange documentation building, like, yeah. Okay, this we had previously reverted. Yeah, the funny thing is I really saw it like over the last years. I'm done with this here. WireGuard is NVMe. That's also a little bit sus, and this is okay, needs checking that sus. Not really liking those random enforcings, but that's what the current result is. Okay, Graphis here is surely opt to be polished another day. NF, okay, it's maybe optional. Multi-tail now. This here is sus. Is this? Okay, that's way newer, plus no read. This is somehow not really sure why I built with this. Maybe it could, because now I have both installed maybe. This here is super annoying. How did this even get in there? Maybe it's because it's in the path now. Oh, subversion here is smart non-tools. Yeah. ATTR, is that alright? Yeah, all this stuff really needs. Yeah, but we are really okay, 38%. So many people watching me review cache dependencies, it's amazing. Oh, here 3 years later, what's that org is still sus somehow. Still truncated. Okay, I guess that's enough test building. Right, this did we not revert this already? Maybe it even used this. Oh, 8,000. But I mean, maybe that is a bloated possibility. Second things. Good. what is the init RD? I think it's probably custom, using custom overlay. And also year. I really, really hope going forward we need to do this less often. Okay. I mean, maybe we should one quick. Does this look like mostly? I mean, what's with, oh, this one, look. Maybe that one is sus. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, theoretically release. Okay, this is probably enough testing. I also wanted to test, is stuff stable, and so on. The only thing, yeah, we could build more and more, but we could also call it a day. I think there's also eventually. By the way, what's idle consumption? Idle is 64 freaking watts. So idling. By the way, I wonder if we suspend, if I connect an external, if I connect the USB to another system, I wonder if I can measure idle power consumption. What is like 64 watt a day by 24? It's quite a bit of idle power a day, you all. Yep. Shall I subscribe? Need to purchase electrons. glibc 32 no core package requires it except grub 2 if you build 32-bit. I mean, even actually wait, if you actually even grub 2, I think no core package should require this. This is only for compatibility. Can we even, we cannot delete this because we need to ship. I mean, first of all, you need this if you want to run Steam. Because Steam is still 32-bit, and we cannot delete it. We need to ship it because GCC cannot build its 32-bit libgcc stuff, I believe, probably most likely without a 32-bit glibc. Yeah, also doesn't matter, like it's, I do custom version. What means custom version? Why would you do custom version? Sounds you. I think you should focus on here we 92,000 revisions. Okay, yeah, 66. I don't mean to delete, just do clarify my understanding. Yeah, I mean nothing really except GCC, and then if you have some old binary and Steam and stuff. I really should measure idle power consumption, man. I should also measure a suspend. But I mean suspended to, actually I suspend to disk, so this system. We also theoretically have many things here to sort. So this worked at least for me actually, except for this I will not commit this with so first of all not with this header for space saving reasons. We also yesterday learned that we probably don't have to. You know what? Let's maybe get the VR system out just for some fun, because I put the BC250 already away. The only problem is somehow the VR system. I wonder if the the prototype board has some NVRAM leakage thing, because each time I put it away for some months, the battery is empty again. That really, really sucks. Because we could further test. Where do we need this overlay? Do we in target share live? No, we custom overlay here. We should review the, we should okay, so okay, we don't use this overlay further in production. All right, this one I wanted. So this NFS thing. Yesterday it wasn't about this NFS thing. Oh man. Hello. Here. NFS version. Maybe we don't even need that. That would need. We would need to test that. You know what would make more sense than taking the VR system out would be testing some PowerPC system, because so basically x86 we tested enough. We should theoretically test the non-x86 releases a little bit. But even here you see we have some people who are motivated to run T2 on their old RISC systems, and when we have a release I get 0 test feedback, right? And that's not criticism, it's just the reality, right? After I spent 1,000 hours on this release again, motivated T2 RISC fans. I mean, we got an IA64 test result, it's basically the only one, and that's from the IA64 lead developer. So there is that. So much to, yeah. People like at Debian take it way more seriously. Oh, by the way, we probably could reuse this detect file system thing in there, but in the other script. Okay, let's first back up this here. So that's the stuff from yesterday. So detective as overlay. So basically that worked so far. Maybe still could need some improvements, but so that gives us multi overlays. This needs to be tested. Is this order correct? Needs to be manual read. Do we have, which date do we have in there? Probably 2026 already, right? Yeah. That's already committed. I have here probably 100 other changes. Sorry, I was ill a week. Could also just commit this here. Was this tested? Maybe it was tested, huh? Yeah, I just commit this here as one thing that is not worth splitting this in. It's like... I could push my commits to 6,666 way easier if I committed each, but this is too fine-grained for me. This is, in my opinion, some random architecture things that's Xorg, that's fine, otherwise it gets really out of hand. Also, this here was totally, like, this was garbage. I think someone asked and it was complete garbage. It's like, people are like, why don't you use this stuff? It's like, have you tried to use this stuff, man? Oh, man. This didn't link. Jump targets to out of range. What do we have here? Oh, here that's various things and yeah, totally nothing to do here. Is it some random crap? That needs botlib as we could. There is some other package. Which one was it? libs and pcre. Yeah, it's getting a little bit out of hand, right? Holy, so many people watching. What did we have here? Oh, compacting. Oh, yeah, actually, theoretically, I wanted to actually compact some more. I mean, this I could actually commit like this. This somehow didn't. What was it? Symbol. Reserved symbol. What was the other Spark? 60 Spark things of. Right, stress up things of. I mean, I could commit it here with this. Don't really need to, but sometimes some random thing. It's oh wait, there is some more thing. What was the other things not set? Oh, okay, it's a hotfix which for being able to test all the memory even on 32-bit defaulting Spark 64-bit builds. So you all, what else do you need from your Linux distribution? What more would you like to ask me to do for you? The thing is, just going through all the commits already is a full-time job. I built a minimal baseline. The thing is, that's not what most people want. I mean, building less is always, I mean, building everything, that's the challenge. Building less is not really the challenge. I did build a test build. The thing is, we need to build what most people want. Here was some bootstrap thing for x86. We tested that. That's kind of the most minimal thing. What would also be amazing if more people would support this, right? I work here every day full-time, and most people always only, can we have this, can we have that, can we have more? Can you work even more? Can you fix me this? Can we fix me something else? And so don't ask me to build more, maybe show $1 a month of Patreon support. That's, I think it's also kind of fair going forward to kind of only like seriously support people who like even reply and stuff that are Patreon, because like if there is not at least $1 a month, then it's kind of also not even serious anymore. And we need to transition, like we need to transform the whole open source ecosystem. Like if everyone would do that, and companies like Amazon and stuff, I mean, build your own custom, yeah, but you can still support us, right? T2 is a soon 30-year long run service that obviously needs your support. So then, yeah, there's very more. I can only sort so much. All right, this is also the wrong thing here, because here we run that. Right, let's do one more update pass. And SUSE currently try to attack VMware. Can you ask VMware like they may be interested in sponsor? VMware, is this not this completely unmoral business of ripping people off? Why do you propose such strange things? VMware would only laugh their ass off. Behind to show that VMware a favor of Linux and currently try to get... I don't understand what you're saying. Is not VMware the most corrupt business that tries to canceled? Like, is VMware like, first of all, I don't understand. Like, nobody wants to use this shit anymore after that. First of all, it was always closed source, and we have Xen and KVM, QEMU. Like, why would anyone want to touch VMware, especially after they licensing Broadcom shit from the last years? I don't understand your reasoning. Did they not like screw all the customers? This is like one of the most unethical failing business of like all time. I don't know. I mean, first of all, they will sponsor nothing. They don't give money. They only take your money for stuff that's better open source anyway. Funny proposals here always. Like, I don't understand some people anymore. Yeah, can just build that. Oh, that's some things. I think CPU info doesn't build for ARM. At least the last time it didn't. It's a Qualcomm X1 lead. If anything, we need to work together with open source friendly companies and not with the most scammy, unfriendly douchebag companies of... oh, that even did build. It's actually working download. Okay, something WL root things of... yeah. I'm not using this, so better than nothing. Okay, amazing. Oops. We did some things. I mean, theoretically, I could sit here and go through some more changes. Yeah, we have here obviously some more changes, which is new. what did we do here? Maintainer. Alright, I wanted to do one thing. This is okay. This is we can revert this. It's not important. Did I suspend everything? You know what clever would be to log out here and let it auto suspend, and do that here, because that thing has 60 watt idle power, man. I wanted to identify files here. It's a directory. I probably applied something. Okay, probably applied something wrong. So we still have, we tried to probably substitute, oh, there's a readme. Holy, there's a readme. Can you believe we have documentation? What was it? We have here things, we have here files that have a too long copyright. And I thought I had compacted them all, but I probably didn't. So let's grab for all those files. So we have not, wait, what? What happened here? What did we do? Did I just delete the wrong thing? Why did I do that? Did I just delete the wrong B thing? Oh, I deleted here the wrong B thing. Nobody noticed. Every good side. VMware never had a good side. Like, what are you talking about? VMware was never playing like particularly nice. Fujitsu, Siemens, Bosch. For what? Asking to sponsor? So this here skips .subversion. Oh, that's our 580. Okay, we don't need this. This was our building every single ARM. By the way, not every company have good. I mean, no, not every company has good sides, but also companies should not really have very bad sides. Like, that's already a sign that you want to have nothing to do with them. Oh, what's scripts apply? Okay, that's, I need to be careful. Okay, this is not particularly valuable. I need to do this better someday. So that's nothing, right? And then we force auto generating all of those here. So we should have long done that. Apparently we didn't. We missed some because we did grab. Yeah, pro tip. I don't know how I did that previously, but apparently not automated enough. How many others? 118. But the thing is, if we don't do that now, we will for years carry this long copyright, and we wanted to get rid of this long copyright. This is just, especially for the small files, it's just meh. It is what it is. Yeah, better let's do this once, like some big substitutions, and be done with it. What? Why does this not work like this? Checks. Oh wait, did I check some more copyright? Oh, this is why. Yeah, my proofreaders, no proofreaders, no team. Yeah, it's Monday and stuff. So the point of this is vastly compacting our copyright node, because this was well intended, but it was too much. And our new, more compact thing is, it's simply more pleasant going forward. And yeah, pro tip, maybe sometimes solve it once and don't look back. The reason for this is making T2 more attractive for people looking in. It's like basically if you look into this and everywhere you look, it's a file restart so massive and things, it's of course less attractive when this is this big and new phase copyright thing there. Makes also future downloads of T2 faster. Probably fine. So what this does is it should take all the crock Linux things. Okay, it updates, yeah, the old year and things. Like here, preserves rock Linux. It's T2, it's probably fine. Yeah, everything is more compact of this new R70. It's probably fine, it's automated. It's we did most, like we did desk and stuff, but we didn't do patches and stuff because that was not, I should have done this a year ago, but sometimes even I don't notice. Ironically, I noticed this with a presentation with a company, and like the first file they clicked had this wrong copyright, and I was thinking like, randomly choosing a random file, and this is ugly old copyright thing. But yeah, sometimes it's the superficial things. It's totally not important, but this is so you might even, like if everything some new big company clicks at and everything is annoying, then of course they don't trust your T2 embedded thing. And that is why the last years I also put efforts into cleaning up the superficial things here. Yeah, also as you see, automates the stuff, right? Nobody should do this here manually, or they even store desk files for some reason. I thought I did once all the desk, or most of the desk. Strange. Or did I also rely on we step by step compact this while we touch it? I thought I once mass substituted this, but yeah. Pro tip, always automate, and don't, like, AI will not do this like this. This is, right, this is basically what, probably also people always so impressed with AI, or like also, like LLMs would only introduce random hallucinated garbage, right? Like writing a proper script, writing a large script model way more stable and reproducible and reliable than LLM hallucinating shit together. It's maybe why so many people are impressed by LLMs, because they never learn to automate properly in script, and they rely on clicky mouse click things and stuff. Yeah, so much nicer. Okay, I hope it's fine. Here, let's. Yeah. There goes another 1,000 file transaction. So I guess then it's time for lunch. Can't always live stream all day long. Can you try script with AI live? No, I have 1,000 things to do and the company to run. I cannot waste my time. Like, I'm not an AI babysitter here. I'm not a web coder. You can try. You can try this at home. My lifetime is too valuable then. Like, if I want to play with someone, I play with my son, not with AI. I also like, don't delay, go out, meet some boys and girls and stuff. Do some nice things, eat an ice cream, like don't touch this AI bubble. Touch an ice cream bubble, not an AI bubble. So that's it for today. I hope you just learned something. We could potentially maybe test, but like ideally would be actually test build something. That would have been total 10x engineering to actually try test build something here. Not like, hey, transaction 1,000 files. It's like, nothing works anymore. It's like maybe just does stuff actually not broken. 10x engineer always 10x engineer always testing in production and testing after the commit. But can you try it? Have you tried? Don't ask me if I can try AI. Have you tried T2 Linux already? And if so, why did it become your favorite Linux distribution? And don't ask me to waste my precious time on AI when did you already support, right? Share, like, and subscribe, support, and all the other good stuff. Before you go, converts on the latest desktop version. It's very, very good. Really happy to hear that. We worked hard on that, and the coolest thing is that it cross-compiles and works here. Yes, some super last-minute math substitution things. It is what it is. It's like, got to do what you got to do. But yeah, it's, I should have done it earlier, but better late than never. And I didn't even see that. I didn't even notice that. But that should be like, if you look into something here, that should greet you such much more nicely here instead of this. Yeah. All the small things accumulate, and that's the difference between people look at every corner they look is 20-year-old, and the difference to every corner they look is nicely modern and stuff. Right? So that's it for today. Did the system already suspend? Ah, look, suspended already. Yay! 60 watt idle power gone. Let's see who's online to rate you too. Hope you enjoyed to learn something. Don't forget to subscribe, support other tests, Linux release things. Have rest and peaceful skies. Exactly. And peaceful skies wherever you are. And see you next time. And let's see who's online to rate you too.
Shell, a glitch in their code, a way to rebel. With T2 Linux, I'll rewrite their law. I'm the ghost in the wire, I'll make them fall. I'm the ghost in the wire, slipping through the cracks, hacking their mainframe.